All right, standing here with Amanda from Manchester, and you have we're here at the Occupy New Hampshire event, but you have an idea that's not entirely related. That is a charity that you want to start. It's related to Free Staters, running a charity for poor people. But tell me a little bit about that.
Well, I'm from Dallas, and I moved for the Free State Project 2 years ago. And when I was in Dallas, my family participated in a program called the Basket Brigade, where you deliver baskets full of Thanksgiving dinner to needy families on Thanksgiving. And I thought that we should do the same thing here. I like the Basket Brigade because it's there's no like organization, there's no like charity. It's just individuals volunteering, giving their own private money, spending time. They go to the grocery store, they assemble the basket. They get up early on Thanksgiving Day, and they go to these people's houses and they hand them the food directly. And it's, I think, a perfect example of how we can have charity without coercion, without requiring people to pay taxes and redistribute the money. I think that people can still get what they need, and it's proof right there. The fact that it happens all over the country and has for at least a decade, I think. To, I would say, tens of thousands of families every year, I think really demonstrates that we don't need the government to have charity and help needy people. And it's the perfect thing for Free Staters to be involved in. Because it's not like Free Staters are saying, we can prove that our idea works because we're doing it. It's that the Free Staters are picking up something that's already happening, that people are participating in who aren't even libertarians. I don't know what else to say.
It's a reinforcing type of thing. We're reinforcing something that already exists.
Yeah.
Which is kind of originally what I was hoping would happen in New Hampshire on a broad scale, reinforcement process. And what really ended up happening is a lot of times liberty activists from out of this, Free Staters ended up kind of being leadership roles, which I was kind of hoping that would be a little later and it would be more locals leading everything. But this is nice because it kind of goes back to that original concept of being reinforcements. And
there is like a website where people that have appointed themselves as organizers have their phone numbers listed, and there's a New England regional organizer, but there's no organizer in New Hampshire. It's pretty much not even happening in New Hampshire as far as I've been able to determine. I've made a few calls, and there's no one doing basket brigades in New Hampshire. It happens in the rest of the country, but for some reason not here. There's just not anyone doing it yet.
What is the best place for people to go on the internet to learn more about what you're doing?
It's actually part of the Anthony Robbins Foundation. So I guess that I'm betting it's like AnthonyRobbinsFoundation.org. He's the motivational speaker guy with the middle of the night infomercials and unleash your personal power.
I think I've heard of him.
And he had the original idea of the Basket Brigade because when he was young, it happened to him. Some stranger left him food at his house, and when he got older and I guess got rich from being a motivational speaker dude, he said, well, I want to pass that idea on, and it's grown to the point where it really happens. There are hundreds of groups all over the country. So what I'm working on right now is I need to find a list of needy families. I need their addresses and hopefully the size of their families so that the baskets can be tailored. The cool thing about the baskets is you can include, if we have enough information about the family, baby clothes or maybe a men's winter coat, or something, depending on what kind of information we can get about the families. I'm in touch with Catholic charities and Lutheran social services who are, they're churches that do outreach and help people in poverty. And they're both willing to give me a certain amount of information, but they're not really open to the home delivery thing. And I think that's the most important part of this, is actually being in touch with the people personally and reaching out to them. So if I can make that happen, this is going to happen.
And it's going to be needed. It's going to be needed.
It'll be really fun. It'll feel really good. And I know that people in this community are willing to spend $10 putting together a basket full of canned food and maybe like a cooked chicken or something. I know that these people will participate because it's important to them. They want to be charitable. And so I'm not at all concerned about what kind of volunteers I'll get once I have a solid list of needy families.
Right. All right. Thanks, Amanda. See you out there.